Hello everyone, welcome to Roots and Rhyme. We have spent the past couple of days in the garden and finally everything is in. So I wanted to show you a garden tour now at the beginning of June, what it is looking like before and how things are starting. We are in zone 4, so things are just starting to go and we have just gotten everything in. But I'm going to start with my flower bed. This is one of the first things that I got in. There are some weeds that I have to get, but I wanted to show you that my first flower is starting. I'm so excited. A couple years ago I tried to do this as a flower bed, but nothing really happened with it. And then these are also, I love the color of those. I also did those baskets from seed. And then I also grew these celosias from seed. Well, all of the flowers in this bed I started from seed, but they are looking good so far. There's a bunch of different flowers. I have the celosia, marigolds, snapdragons, calendula, a bunch of things. And then my 3 hanging baskets and a bunch of weeds that I have been working on getting out. But they are looking beautiful so far. And then the next 2 beds, there's banjo. The next 2 beds are tomatoes. And my tomatoes, what happened is they did too well inside and I didn't have enough space. And so they got too big and the leaves got burned. So some of my tomatoes died before I even could plant them. And some died when I put them in. Some died when I put them in because I was just being optimistic with some. But some are doing really good. So this is my tomato bed. And I'm going to put more, I'm going to put more supports for the tomatoes, but I just did this for now because I was trying to get everything done before the rain came in. But I did that. I have some that I am going to put here. Those ones didn't make it. And then these ones are going to get big, so I left the middle open. And then I just put supports on the ones that were not staying up very well. But I have a lot in these 2 beds, so I'm not concerned about there being any holes or anything like that in the spacing. And then the next 2 are peppers. This is hot peppers. And most of them are doing well. The ones just have a couple of burn spots from, they got too close to my grow lights, but they're doing fine. This one's already growing. I am not going to pick anything off. I just let them go how they're going to go. These ones are growing. I'm going to let them grow. And that one died. That's fine. Nothing to worry about. There are a ton of peppers. And then this is sweet peppers and hot peppers. So this side is sweet peppers. And most of those are doing good. That one probably will be okay. Hopefully. I don't know. A couple of them just... The weather has been a lot hotter than normal. So we're just going with the flow. So all of those are sweet peppers. And then these are hot peppers that are at the end. We did blots. And then different types of bell peppers for the sweet peppers. And then we did jalapenos. And I'll have to look. We did a bunch that I did in my seed starting video. And then I put my herbs in these pots at the end of the beds. I want to get something to put them up on because the grass and weeds get too long right there. But I have like basil, oregano, thyme, that's sage, a bunch of things. And I just put them in not too long ago, so they'll get a lot bigger. Like this rosemary will grow. And then I did that on this one too. Those will all grow. I'm not too concerned about anything. I also put some in the beds and some of the holes that I had. And I put like flowers in. This is 4 feet, the landscape fabric, but the beds just expanded from being filled and whatnot, so I just used that to plant some flowers. I put some herbs in those, and then in this bed I have weeds and peas here. And then that's going to be cucumbers. They're just starting. I'll show you on the other side, but those are just starting to come up. And then this is broccoli rabe, and that's just starting. I have radishes mixed in there that I've already been able to harvest some, so that's fun. And then a couple of flowers, Swiss chard right there. This is kind of like a hodgepodge of different things. And then celery that I put in not too long ago. And I'm really excited about this section because it's all beans. So from the end to the end of the trellis is green beans. Those are all bush beans, and then green beans for pole beans. And then I have kidney and pinto beans here. And I haven't grown beans. I have grown beans, but I haven't grown a lot of beans yet, and so I'm happy that mostly all of these are coming up. There's still some popping up because I planted them not that long ago. And then more herbs. That rosemary is doing the best, but I have a bunch of things, and banjo eating grass, of course. And then those 2 are chives that I started from seed, so they just haven't banjo. Those 2 are chives, garlic chives and regular common chives. I started from seed, so they just haven't come up yet. And then these are trellises we just put in this year. My in-laws gave them to us. They were from their garden that they didn't need anymore. And so this is going to be all pole beans. My hope is to get enough green beans that I can can them to last for a year. So hopefully that will happen. This is one of the first things that I planted in the garden, and it is kohlrabi. So that is doing pretty well, I would say. And then this is whatever the normal kohlrabi is on this side, and then the ones that have purple on the leaves is purple kohlrabi. So I'm happy about that. And then this is kind of a mess, but it's radishes and carrots in there. I think it will be fine, so I'm just leaving it. I went through and weeded it somewhat. And then this is my onion bed. I just weeded it, so they're kind of a little bit floppy, but I'm not worried about them. They're all still green and doing good. But I can't wait for this to be all filled out. Okay, let's do before. Here's before. And I can't wait to see the after. They're popping up on this side too. The only thing that I have to be worried about for these is that spiders build webs on them. So one day I went face first into a spider web, but that's fine. I'm just more careful now. And here's peas that are coming up. I started the peas from seed in the ground, so I'm really happy with how big they're getting. Trying to help them get up. And then cucumbers, I started these from seed and they're coming up, so that's perfect. These ones are coming up as well. I think this side is all pickling cucumbers, and this side is like eating cucumbers. And then this, I need to come through and re-weed that. This is one of the first beds that I weeded, and so it's already weeded again. Weedy again, I should say. But we use compost from the farm, so it gets a lot of weeds, but that's fine because I'd rather use my time than money. So this is carrots. I am going to plant some more in that row. Hopefully they do good. Banjo was taking these out of the beds, so they got kind of messed up. Then these are cabbage, and then spinach, lettuce. I like romaine and like butter crunch types of lettuce, so that's why we're doing mostly that for lettuce. And then I am going to plant more lettuce seeds probably in here, so then we can eat on these, and then those ones will be ready when we're done with those ones. And then this is our pumpkin patch. There's a lot of weeds coming up through the holes, but last year I just kind of left them to their own devices and it worked out. We're gonna kind of go with the flow, see how they do. And Banjo keeps walking on them, but hopefully when it gets thicker he won't want to go in them. But when I did this last year, the grass and weeds, we didn't have any landscape fabric down, and so it was a lot worse than this last year with grass and weeds, and we had a lot of pumpkins and squash come up. So I am not worried about that at all, but I'd rather spend my time doing things that are more imperative to the garden than weeding a pumpkin patch. I'm happy with how it's looking. I was really worried about my tomatoes because I will tell you, they look terrible. I should have videoed it. It was too embarrassing. I'm not even kidding. Here's marigolds. These were terrible. I'm not exaggerating. I planted them all the way down that I could, but now look at them. What I did is they were looking so droopy, so sad. Here, I'll show you. They were pretty much all looking like this one, but droopier. All like that droopy, burnt leaves. These leaves are burnt from the grow lights. But what I did is I got them watered in really well, let them be. I didn't even put like the stakes or anything in. I just let them be. And then obviously some of them died. I didn't plant in every hole, but like this section down here, I did plant some and they all died, but I just let them be. And I don't need both of these beds to be filled to have enough tomatoes, but I watered them in good, let them sit. Then I didn't water them until the soil felt dry, and now they're looking amazing. I did water them this morning because it has been so hot here, but it is going to be rainy, I'm pretty sure, for the next few days. So I am just going to let the garden be, obviously check on it and everything like that. Might sprinkle some more carrot and radish and lettuce seeds in quickly, but other than that, everything's in. So here's the beginning of my garden. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I am very relaxed gardener. Well, it's not always relaxing, but I don't try to worry too much about it and try to make it as relaxing as possible. And doing what I can with 2 young children. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.